L- Look, I'm just saying. I'm not. Char we can go with, but yeah, I'm not referring to you as weeb. This is it's just it's just not this is not gonna be the best. But look, everybody, welcome back. It's episode 66 of the Made in Dreams podcast as we inch ever closer to episode 100, which we got to start talking about what we're gonna do.
We do need to organize something.
Yeah.
While we've got the time.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm your host, Mighty Vicious, the Dreams Evangelist. And as always, I'm here with Jamie James, aka King Corpo, the Overworked. And
Yes. That is so true.
I
That is
felt
so
I felt
true.
like you would like that. I felt like you
I
would
do.
identify
It
with that.
it it has been a week, so that is definitely warranted.
Okay, that's spicy. Spicy says ever closer to 69.
Ooh.
But anyway, today we are joined by Char. How you doing, my dude?
I'm doing all right. Burnout, but still, I'll try to be energetic as possible.
You are weak. Look, through
You are
this
so
through this episode, we're gonna
so
work.
chill.
We're gonna work on getting you a little more energized. Now, I'm gonna try, but I
My
love
mic
you.
just low.
No, that ain't your mic, bro. You're just real chill, real
You're
chill.
really chill.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I wish I could achieve it. However, yeah, that's anyway. It's been a long time coming as you've been on a few of the roundtables. You're always active on Twitter. It's time for you to give us the rundown. What's your origin story? Who is Char?
Worthless. Now, uh, I guess I could start with a summary of my experience with dreams, I guess, and go more into. Well, I guess I'll start with. You know, uh, Basically, I'm working on a series concept where I'm trying to like get it pitched to a studio with the help of like dreams to get my ideas out there, which is basically a show about like sentient robots and really playing with the concept of uh what if robots were sentient, but in a more like philosophy and exploring the philosophy ideas of that and there's a bunch of characters that robot characters that go through like what if they were like super smarter than us but also went through like mental health problems and stuff. uh
Hmm.
it's titled Sentient. I've made a showcase on it on Dreams, uh like a small slide of like showcasing the designs and some info there as well, which I'm currently trying to remake. Not remake, maybe remaster is more the word, because I want it to look as good as it possibly can be. Uh, and you might know me for the work I've done uh, for that poster thing of like basically the Dreamverse, which I can go into throughout this podcast about. Uh, and I might, I'm also working on smaller community stuff like that as well. Well, it might be bigger than that. Then I make it out to seem, but um, yeah, it's called For the Community. That was that poster thing.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, uh,
Everybody will be able to see it. It'll come up soon on here. But I also have individual images we can go through a little bit later for things like the poster. Um, so I guess what I what I'd start with is kind of like as you already gone through, like you've explained sentient. But I guess if you had to sum it up, what's your pitch? Do you
ooh,
have a pitch you've been shopping, like, to get yourself ready for that final day where you take it to the big wigs, the kings of corporate?
Big wigs.
I'm still working on that. I
Okay.
haven't even write. I haven't even written the script down yet.
Oh well,
But
that Yeah, that was my
I
next
had
question actually. Like, is the story completely written or are you developing it in like kind of like in your mind as like an execution first?
it kind of is completely written, but it's all up here. I
I
actually have to do the writing down
I read it the
part.
That's
same
fine.
way. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
So
but
are you going for like a short film, or what is it that you intend to physically pitch? Is it just like concept art, or do you intend to actually make like a short animation piece? What is sort of your end game with it?
uh, I guess, well, for the pitching part, I
Hmm.
guess make a lot of material, teaser materials like animations and like like small promo art as well for for the show. Um, Currently, I am working on well, start working on like an animation where it's kind of like it's a teaser of the show, but it's not really a scene from the show. It's kind of like an alternate like ending sort of, or
so
like an alternate.
it's like a E3 showcase where it's not real. It's just made for the show. Like
Well,
I
kind
like
of, but
that.
it
It's an
gives you an
E.
idea of
I
what.
like that. It's an E3 showcase. That's so. I really like that.
I mean, that's what it sounded like
You
he was
ain't
saying.
wrong. You ain't wrong. You ain't
Yeah.
wrong.
It is. It's like it's showcasing me with a feel for the show, but it's like take place in like okay, what if a like what if like the bad like scenario happened within the show or something, just to get an audience like a feel of what kind of show it is, I guess. Like what if the worst case scenario happened or something?
Well, I
Uh,
mean, as we're going through your work here on screen, like, what are there specific characters? Like, where did this idea begin? What did you start with one robot, or I did notice that there are human characters, or at least one. So there's
I
or at least one that
kind
looks
of
human.
I kind of first want to describe, yeah, like the very beginning of my thought process for this. Originally, I had because for a long time I've wanted to be like kind of like a screenwriter, wanted to make my own like shows or stuff. Uh, but and I had like 3 or 4 other stories I made throughout my life, but I scrapped them because they they kind of stuck, and I didn't know how else to go about them. So I was really looking for like really hoping I get like a new idea, a new fresh take or concept on my head that I could be invested in. And during this process, I was kind of thinking of like genres. I was looking into genres and thinking what what's different, like what can be added into like a genre. Let's say like time travel, for instance. Like
Ah, the
how
old time travel MacGuffin.
time travel is all about like the whole like logic, like the whole like what's the sense about it, or how it could be cool. And I was thinking about what if there was time travel, but it more focused on like the psychology of it. Like if you were able to actually go through in time, no problem. But like, how would that affect your psyche if you were just repeating your like past experience so you can try to make the past better? I don't know.
Yeah.
But then like turns out, you didn't make it as better as you wanted to. You're still like lost in life, I guess. Your enjoyment of it.
So
Uh
go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, but then that's okay. But then eventually I let it lead to me thinking about uh the concept of like robot sentience, and like me looking at other like material of like robots having sentience, and like I don't think they expand too much enough on it, in
Hmm.
my honest opinion. It's like, what if we went through more, how kind of they have. they make like a lot of shows where robots are just kind of like they're not really self-aware. They don't really get it, you know. Uh, and like, what if I made a show that's like more where, because you know how like robots will like they can calculate, like say a math, they could be a calculator and get it done within like uh literally less than seconds.
Yeah.
What if they were able to think like that towards other things as well, like morals or like different actions? What if there's a story based around like that? Not saying I plan to make a show that's like complicated as frick.
Okay,
You know,
because
I'm not.
I mean, I'm just thinking of questions here where I'm just like, because I've also given a lot of thought to this topic, which is why this interests me so much. And I don't know, like, would you say that the absence of, or I guess, do you intend to deal with the fact that the absence of time would alleviate a lot of these things from them, as opposed to our concept of time, and the fact that I let me start over. I personally believe that most of the ills that come from humanity, as smart and as creative, as capable as we are, is based off of the idea and concept of time. And the fact that our lives are finite, like, compared to, say, a robot who could update and do whatever, like, it causes us to start to cut corners, to cut morality, to cut ethics. And therefore, like, would you say that this is I don't know. I guess I just have to wait to see what you do with the episode, because like, that's where my mind goes as to, it's interesting if a robot could have feelings, but I feel like that the absence of time as a determining factor on action would actually, like, be the reason why you don't see that depicted. But having a robot deal with that is super interesting. Like, if a robot could be depressed, because I mean, I'm sure we've all seen those videos of, like, a robot like going down the street and like falls over and your heart breaks. So, like, just, little stuff like that. But anyway, don't let me pull you
No,
into my
I,
brain. I think that,
Philosophical
yeah,
vicious.
I think that
no.
just got way more in depth than
I mean,
It really did got deep.
that's kind of like how my show is. It's like it is very like philosophical in that matter. So it's not inappropriate, but
yeah.
I think I might have a little bit of like time, like that sort of time philosophy in there a little bit, but I think it's more so because these robots, they're not immortal. It's like, but throughout the show they can very likely die. As uh, but I think it goes more through the concept of like their way of living, like within that time that they're spending, like what is that time spent for? Is it used to like have them like enjoying their lives, or they're satisfied with it, or is it just like a means to an end sort of thing? It's very exploring that concept of like how um like not just it's not really about the concept of like, oh, where you see in other robot genres where it's like, oh, robots can be human like too. It's kind of like a self-reflecting series where it's like, oh, like even people don't treat each other like people sort of thing.
Mm.
It's like reflecting how people treat each other like robots then when they're not at all. But it does heavily focus like about bit about this series that's kind of I don't notice in a lot of robot shows where it's usually it's focused around like one or two robots or something. Whereas with my series, it's like mainly like focused on the robots, like how they dealt with, and that might sound like maybe people won't be attached to like find more relatability with when like robots or something. But I think that's a strength for my show, as in like it gives you an interesting perspective, like a different perspective.
So you would
And also,
it's more like an anthology, if you would. Like I mean, it's still a show, but it's like you're not going to necessarily be sticking with the same characters throughout. You're going to be telling different stories within the world.
it's kind of like an anthology, but as much as like Arcane is an anthology, like it goes through like a
Okay.
bunch of character stories, uh, a little bit, and then they connect them like all together. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. That like any great anthology. Yep. Does- they just leave you out there hanging. That's anyway. But yeah, so that's super interesting. And as I've put in chat, like I've always felt you're kind of like a sleeper agent. Like you're the person that's doing something really interesting in dreams, but you just don't say anything about it really. Is one of the things one of the reasons I am glad we're finally getting this solo episode done because that's sentient sounds awesome. I mean, it sounds like something I would definitely be into. So I hope you get it done. I know you've been talking a lot as like, you were mentioning that you were kind of burned out and you've been trying to remaster like sentient in your characters and everything. But like, do you like, how do you judge your progression? Like, as opposed to when you first got to dreams and where you are now?
Um. Hmm, I don't I because I don't know. It is a strange question because technically it is like a new concept. Like I might not have something to compare it to, but I I try to be critical of my own work, like just brutally honest, and that kind of of course, even that leads to self doubt. But at the same time, I try to be real with my work, like uh, and try to use the knowledge I've learned throughout, like my knowledge on art, like the use of like, okay, is this lit well? Is this or the is the design is the character's design like well, like based on my knowledge on that? Because I have studied a lot in the material of like uh making a show. I mean, there's still more stuff I can look into more of it, but I'm not. I'd say I'm not a novice, I guess,
Yeah.
at least. Um, but I mean, what else was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. But uh, overall, I think for and especially I just completely lost my train of thought.
Well, let
Nice.
me. I guess I can just move it on to something else because you had also mentioned like side projects just now that you've been working on. So like, I mean, as and everybody pretty much has a billion things that they're trying to do in dreams and seeing which way they can advance forward to complete one of them. So like, what are some of your side projects? I guess things that are a little bit smaller, maybe coming sooner.
Well, they're probably not coming that soon. Not gonna lie. I don't know, man. Uh,
Ah,
like,
truthful answers. I love it.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, a lot. But nice. I guess I'll go on with the kind of big one that I want to do, which is like make a dreams like trailer. Uh,
Mm,
but one where it actually like clearly and shortly explains to you like what dreams actually is. I guess going through going through like questions people might have, the questions that have been said about like dreams. Uh, whether now I don't got examples right now, uh, but it's like answering those questions that people generally have about dreams, like people who are outside of dreams would typically ask, and it showcases the platform as like well as a platform, and also some stuff about how like accessible like Dreams is, how simplistic it is, like with the style, and how anyone could really like try it out, you know. Um, and I want to write a script for that. I want to make a couple scenes to illustrate that. Uh, I might need not not a professional editor. I just need an editor, like at all. Yeah, unless unless I get the time to learn OBS or an editing software myself. I don't know, but hopefully I can get help with that project by the community. But the only issue is like I have to get back in contact with them,
Yeah.
which you know I should not like. It should not take a month for me to get back in contact with people who want to help. Um,
Well,
so
when
maybe
it's all
I'll.
said and done, and if you still need an editor, let me know.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's pretty much what I do. So
So yeah, my trailer project. It's probably small or bigger than I think it might be. I don't know, because at max, it'll definitely be like over 3 minutes at the least. You know,
I'd expect.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
That's
it'd be difficult to try and shorten down what Dreams can do in like a minute. I mean, it could be done, but
Oh,
it
no.
wouldn't be done. It wouldn't be done great.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, let's talk about this other thing, and that's on the screen right now, which is basically the Made in Dreams like live studio audience setup that you have, like the studio for the show. That's I love it.
It's so good. The Made in Dreams podcast, Made in Dreams. Like you just can't get any more better than that, really, can you?
Yeah. I mean, I know, guys, this may sound like this may be me, being a little biased here, but I'm just saying, y'all are seeing this right now. And I think I had seen something from this before. Like you had mentioned and sent me something about it, but I don't remember seeing this.
Yeah, this is new.
And this, I love the smell my eyes mug. Of course, it's fantastic. But yeah, we need to figure out a way to actually do an episode in this scene in Dreams.
Yes, we certainly do. It is fantastic.
Yeah,
I just
like
I just love I just love that you've put the time in to do something like this. Like I just want to personally thank you for spending the time, recreating what we do here in Dreams. It's really really cool. Like what was the reason for it?
Uh, well, I think at first it was kind of like that I include this on the Dreams trailer, but also it's kind of just the fun of it. Like before I had done my series on Dreams, which was I started to officially work on it like August of 2021. But before that, most of the time and I first started Dreams at like 2020 of late May, which most of that time I was just like trying to do small projects, but I I got stuck on the logic side. So a lot of that failed. But I was mostly into designing, I guess, with using Dreams. That was really the funnest like aspect of making Dreams in general. So I don't know, I did this out of the fun of it, like what if it looked like if it was like an actual like podcast studio or something. Um, I meant to make it, which is the weird thing. I feel like it was kind of easy for me to make this because maybe I have a natural talent for designing things. Um, so I don't know. I felt like I didn't make the podcast like scene as good as it could be. It doesn't look like official like realistic studio podcast. If you've seen any other podcasts where they have the curtains
yeah.
and the lighting and stuff all around the desk. I tried to implement that as best I could, but I guess you guys seem to really like it. So
I know. I
Yeah.
really like it, and it's a real. really good piece, and yeah, the fact that you fought to make it based on what we do alone is really really humbling. Like you're
Yeah.
really good at what you do,
Yeah.
So
even if I am a girl in the dream.
yeah, I it's looking so good right now. Looking
I
so
know,
good.
right?
I was like, jammy. No, no.
Yeah, I.
It's funny.
Did you
It's
get a
also funny 'cause
haircut? Like,
I also like use I implement some Easter eggs in the
I
scene.
noticed. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like Jammies like piano.exe. It's just there.
Yeah.
Share the quarter.
So,
Yeah, no, we can. I
oh,
was gonna say to expand on
yeah.
utilizing the podcast scene. I don't know. Maybe I mean it'd be far easier if not to make it a multiplayer debate. Just when multiplayer comes out, maybe you can do like a scene where it's like uh where you can use a controller to move the animations of like the face movement
Mm.
or something like that.
Oh,
You
Yeah.
sure.
know,
We've definitely got to do something with it. You know, whenever it's finished, and this is no point like for you to sit and work on it. Like whenever it's done, yeah, we've definitely got to use that in one way or another. We got to try and do an episode, maybe a really short one because of how audio works in Dreams. But yeah,
yeah,
we got to do something with it.
I,
100%.
I mean, as long as we put the voice gadget on there, then we could tie like the timeline with our like actual talking on it to that, and then make it so it automatically moves the mouth. Then we could just put in stock animations to trigger at times, and we could just turn an episode that we do into the Dreams version. Like it wouldn't have to be the huge, you know, thing where we're all trying to be on there at once and like working it real time.
Mm.
Just
Yeah,
in
yeah, we can definitely. There's tons of ideas we could use for it. It's a fantastic piece, and the fact that you've made it is just. I really really love it. It's really cool to see. So even
yeah.
if I am a girl, it's great.
Well, I wanted to say that yeah, I mean, I completely understand when you were saying you tried to work on other things and then like you're not under or the understanding of logic kind of or not understanding of logic kind of just killed the whole thing. So like I definitely get that because that's one thing that's why I've been doing a lot of the stuff I'm doing now where it's like I was just like, you know what? I'll find somebody that can work on the logic and I'll be able to tell them everything I need and they can do it in 5 minutes where it'll take me, you know, a month to do the simplest thing. But I mean, um like someone in chat had mentioned it was Hazed Gamer was saying that he liked the 2D character that I've been working on. Well, I posted a new photo with the 3D version of that character, and my whole plan is to spend however long it takes imbuing every bit of logic that I can think of into those characters so that I learn logic finally and can
Forcing yourself into it.
yeah, forcing
Mm.
myself into it because like there's like two ideas off of those characters, and I'm just you know what? I'm gonna learn everything from move sets to making this trigger when I want it to setting up fields to using the gadgets that I honestly don't know what they do. Like Acert, Acert helped me because I was trying to figure out logic for the 2D, and for some reason I have this thing about 2D in Dreams. I want to do it once at least, but the like how to put directional inputs into a stick, like into using the actual analog stick, and I didn't know that a splitter gadget did that. And so
Neither did I.
he kind of laughed at me. He helped me, but I could tell he was kind of like, Jesus
He's
Christ, this
like,
dude doesn't know anything.
yeah,
And
like this is the basics. Like, come on.
yeah, I mean, that's literally it. And then someone, when I put in after I figured out how to make that work, someone else was like, "Oh, well, if you're having that trouble, you can use a calculator." And I was like, "Okay, well, back into this file. Let me see what a calculator does." And so like anything that comes up while I'm trying to figure out how like what to do with these characters and these models, I'm just throwing it all in. Like adding in specific wall jumps. I don't even need to wall jump on what I'm working on right now. But the
Just
character's
want to
gonna
do it, yeah.
yeah, but the character's gonna do it either way. And then I could just be like, okay, now I know how to build. So I mean, are you still having trouble with logic, or is it just in on the back burner while you work on everything else?
Uh, I mean, it is kind of the back burner, but my basic understanding of logic comes down to like using text gadgets and stuff like that.
Ah,
Uh, it's not, I'm not advanced at all. I remember, speaking of which, like another game I'll be talking about soon. Like a card game where I remember I once told Acer about it, and he says like, "Oh, that's like the easiest. Uh, that's the easiest kind of like game to make or something."
don't listen to Acer.
Uh,
That's
with lot.
and I'm not saying that to diss
Uh,
Acer. I just Acer, like his understanding of it makes everything like even when he does his tutorials, I die and laughing because he's like, yeah, and then you just blah 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 blah. You know, it's
yeah,
real
you just do
simple.
that. Like,
Yeah,
it's super simple.
yeah. And it's
And you're
like,
like, hold on,
bro,
pause.
yeah, let me back that up real quick. but but yeah, the card game. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I was being like, I have absolutely no idea how to start this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just making like the amount of cards that are gonna be in the game currently, and then design the background, and hopefully have someone help me.
Well,
Hopefully have someone help me do the
Jamie,
logic for it.
Mhm.
Jamie, didn't you just create a card set?
Yes, but there's no logic involved by any means.
Huh. Uh, Wait. No, you created the card set though. Like, weren't you planning on actually like making that into a game? I thought you tweeted about it like last week.
Yeah, I'm making it physical. I'm making a physical trading card
Sir.
game.
Yeah, that was that thing.
Sir.
I don't look. Come on, I don't have the knowledge to make a trading card game work in Dreams. Like logic terrifies me. Imagine trying to create all of the logic needed for all of the different attributes that a trading card game has. Like no, I'm just not going there.
Just talk to Acer. He'll
Just talk
tell
to
you how
Acer.
easy it
Yeah.
is.
And Acer will go, oh yeah, that's super easy. All you got to do is just grab this gadget, hook up a wire to this one,
Hey.
get a calculator, add a variable, and boom, you're done. Don't forget the AND gate. And I'm like, yeah, okay. All right, thanks.
That's what I'm having to do, baby. You have to get out there. You got to
Look,
you got to put it on the table, man.
I am trying to try animation, and I'm still suffering with pain from it. And I'm not going to stop. I'm so determined to just at least get like a 10-second animation done. Like it's really difficult, but that's what I'm focusing on right now is animation. So I will try Logic another time until I get this 10-second video where I'm like, yes, I made this character walk from here to here, and it looks smooth. Then I'll try Logic.
I mean, real. I'm just saying. I'm I'm learning animation too. I do it little by little, but I'm just saying, if you have a card game and you made the cards in Dreams, it's kind of sacrilegious to not try. You're using the easy out. I'm just gonna print these bad boys out. I'm just gonna print these out.
I need to print them anyway just to test to see how the game works because I haven't even physically played it yet. Like I've made all the rules and all the different ways that the cards work and stuff, and there's dice involved and things, but I need to actually play it first to see if it's actually fun to play. It might be boring. Who knows?
Well, Jet already offered. He said if it's animation you need help with, I don't mind. So
Oh well, Jet,
maybe he can teach you.
check your DMs. We're setting up some sessions, bro.
just don't send them the DMs in Discord.
Yeah, don't do it. Yeah.
I love how much Jet Yeti hates Discord.
I love the passion of hate for Discord. Like I have never seen anybody that hates Discord as much as Jet Yeti. It's just I love it. We're gonna have to get him on the show one time just for that one question alone. Like, why do you hate Discord so much?
I mean, it's probably the same reason I do. Like, well, I did. Like when I first tried using Discord, as I said, we talked about it last week. I have
You
like
did, yeah.
eight different accounts floating around. I didn't know what I was doing every time I went into like anyone's Discord or tried to enter. It was a different name, and I was re-signing up. It's just if you if you don't know or you aren't comfortable with, it's a lot.
It can be, especially like with all the channels and stuff, and
Yeah.
like, yeah, it can be quite overwhelming. But I
Like
like Discord though.
I used to
It's
feel
good.
bad. I used to feel bad whenever I would leave someone's Discord like channel because I would just get overloaded with messages and stuff. And it's like, and then I realized everyone does it. At some point,
That's
everyone
it's the
gets
norm.
overburdened with how many Discord channels they're in or have or receiving messages from. And they're like, look, I need to clear this off. And so, yeah, that's how you always get people like, I thought I was in that Discord. You were, but you left. Like,
Yeah, you left.
you rage quit Discord, like 3/4 of it. But anyway, so look, being that you're talking about the uh basically your end game being a pitch, putting out material, like I guess it must seem pretty bright. The future that is to hear the news like Sony Picture Classics through OIFE and Breakthrough Films producing A Winner's Journey, which they announced last week while we were doing the show, which is why we couldn't we didn't talk about it last week. But yeah, I mean that has to fill you with a little bit of hope, right, Char?
I mean, yeah, and odd things like make the future seem like, bright. Well, as bright as my freaking window is. I swear I will, I swear I will get curtains. No, right curtains for that. Okay. Anyway, uh, yeah, it makes it seem bright, but it's not a guaranteed that I will get my show made.
No,
But
no, but it does leave the opportunity open that at least
Yeah,
they're looking at that, like at it.
yeah. They are
yeah,
completely open to this kind of stuff now. Like this, that's what this just purely shows, that if one person can be picked up for it, then anybody can be picked up for it.
yeah, I also could get into that more. It's like I'm in like uh like not sure if I want to go like 2D with my like series, because originally, I'm more into like 2D like animation stuff, but seeing how my work has looked in like 3D and and other shows that are sort of like giving that 2D feel with 3D models, especially Arcane,
Mm.
if my show could look like that, yeah, I definitely try it out. Uh, but so maybe uh, I would get it. Maybe I would get it pitched to Sony, and they could get it. Get the. That's how. It's likely if I get it pitched to Sony, it's likely probably going to be made in Dreams, since, especially now, since it's like it's they're trying to utilize it for this film, so it's like it's confirmation that you know Sony is definitely taking Dreams seriously as as like a platform to create things.
I
So
mean, yeah, I mean that was pretty much my takeaway from this as a whole, is that, Sony are looking at Dreams, and they're going, yeah, we can actually utilize this and use it for a lot more than just what people are currently using it for. And that's really exciting to me, that the opportunity is arising, and we're going to see big things being used with Dreams, and that's what it's all about.
So,
I also
well, go ahead, go
sorry,
ahead.
I also like the only iffy part about using it in Dreams, which I had before like this announcement, was like trying to make the animation basically smooth or something. Like and the whole part about uh like say for example, I don't pitch it to Sony, I pitch it to like a studio, another studio, and I asked them about, and they lend me like, they don't necessarily no, I mean, no, I mean, never mind. Let me repeat that. I pitch it to a show, they accept it, and I try to get it like made into using like dreams. Uh, but then I have to consider like, you know, like hiring animators who have like a PlayStation,
Mm,
and also if like uh if they need to ever like, export that or use editing software for some reason, I don't know if they need to use editing software to heighten up the visuals or something.
I
Uh,
mean, you could, but if you get picked up for the show, I mean, you would then effectively become a showrunner, in which case I mean, this would be sad for the Dreamiverse, but I mean, if they're going to back a show, they're most likely going to use their studio to do it. So it's not going to be
yeah.
in Dreams anyway. So if they're paying for it and they produce it within, like, you won't have to worry about that.
Yeah, I
If
think the only way that it would be done in Dreams is if it was picked up by Sony purely because they own Dreams and it's good for them to boast their own software. Anywhere else, they're just going to use whatever in-house software they have.
Yeah. I mean, I just want to say I love it because it, like, as far as, Winter's Journey being picked up and used in this way, because it shows more people what's possible. Like what's possible with the dreams. Like, this is the first time. Yeah, you know what? Let me start over. I want to take a moment because when someone gets it right, they deserve to be praised. And I couldn't be the dreams evangelist, aka the Credible Hulk, if I didn't take the time to say, yes, Sony, this is how you promote a product. This was covered in every major publication, whether it was film, gaming, even IGN gave 4 seconds on the Fix episode. Like, tech sites from Polygon to Engadget, like, bravo. This is how you do it. And it shows people what's possible for $10.
And
For
not only
$10.
not only that, it shows that people are looking at dreams because the whole dream side of it could have been easily overlooked. Like from these reporters, could have been easily overlooked. The whole like, oh, the part of it's being done in dreams and whatever. They could have just focused on, oh, this is a new show that's coming and whatever the case may be. But all of these reports, they use dreams as the tagline for the article, like because they know it's going to get clicks and stuff. But it just goes to show that people still look at dreams and what it can do, even from a reporting standard. And it's just so good to see that people, will hopefully see this, and especially like outsiders that, just think, oh, Dreams is just a toy, like, you can't really do anything with it, and show them actually you can. It's not just a toy, it's software no different than anything else.
Yeah, and for
yeah.
Jamie, I want to ask you, is it sufficient? Have they earned the Jamie Corpo seal of approval?
Sony?
Yes.
God, no. No.
God,
No. God, no.
it's rough
No.
out here.
Good night, Outsealed.
It is rough out here.
God, no. I mean, don't get me wrong, I am super grateful for them doing what they've done right now to give Dreams a bit of limelight, but they have got a long road ahead of them to go. This is small fry compared to what they could do to boost Dreams and get people interested in it.
I mean, Jesus, I thought I was rough. I thought
No,
like,
I'm playing hardball.
I'm just saying. I mean, does it fix everything? No, but
No,
like,
God, no.
but
Like, yeah, but it's anything's better than nothing, and like I love that that it's being done, but still, even with this, they could have did a whole thing with this. They could have did a little short video or an interview with the people that's made the imagery and dreams and stuff, and
well, bruh, it was just
there's
announced.
always.
Like,
I know, I know, but I can't help it. My mind just goes, yeah, but look what they could have done. Like,
But see, that's the thing. They probably will do that.
Yeah, they probably will. And I'm judging too quickly. I know.
You're being unfair. I thought I was rough,
Yeah, no,
but you're
yeah,
being
no.
unfair.
Yeah,
Like,
but
this
yeah,
is a
there's still
huge
plenty
step.
more they can do. But yeah, it's a huge. I do agree. It's a huge step forward, and hopefully they don't let this momentum run dry. while people are talking about it, and I just hope they've got a pipeline for it. I just hope they've got something planned for Dreams where they get more people excited about what it can do, because we all know how good it is and what you can do with it. It's just we need to get those outsiders interested too. It's all out of passion and corporation, because you know me.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I do. I get it. I get it. I mean, we all know that you want to be in the Sony
Oh
back
God, yeah.
corpo
I,
room,
I want to
you know,
be in that glass room where they're all sitting there with their pads and paper, like, what can we do to make Dreams better? And I just
having an
walk
eyes
in
wide shut party.
straight. I just walk in straight in my tie and be like, right, okay, everyone sit down. We've got a presentation. I'm going to take you through 56 slides of what we're going to do for Dreams. Okay, get
Y'all see,
comfortable, coffee. It's all good.
y'all see what gets this man hype. He's like spreadsheets, bar graphs. It's wow, wow. All right. I mean, yeah, I feel like for maybe the first time,
They gave it acknowledgement.
I feel
Like,
like this is the step. Like this is where, like you
mm,
said, you could keep this momentum going now. Like until the movie is released, which and through that, because like I said, it's the main motivator, and it's the main motivator for a lot of people. It's the main motivator for a lot of people, even within the Dreams community. So I'm not saying it as a pejorative. Like it's money. And when people realize, or when people feel I can make money, you get an influx into
mm,
anything. It's not just a
mm,
game, but or a creation engine. It's whatever. It's just, oh wait, I can make money. Let me see what this is
yeah,
about.
yeah.
And that's
Instantly changes the perception.
yeah. And I mean, I still do believe they have hurdles. They can't get everyone that's on the outside because you got a lot of
Oh God, no,
gatekeepers
yeah,
in
yeah.
every area.
Even with like the whole money aspect, tied to it, you've still got to advertise to the creator. You've still got to be someone that wants to create, even with the whole money side of it. Creator is key. You've got to target that audience.
Yeah. So, you go ahead, Char.
I'd like to add, I don't think, I doubt that Dreams is just like a game that's gonna like just be that one like amazing thing and then it dies out like 10 years later. Uh, like it's too accessible for them to just being like, okay, that's the plan, that's all we want to do. Just want to make this game for 10 years and uh then make do something else. It's like, no, this is like they definitely have a plan to like utilize it for like many things, and and I think right now we are stating like the start of that, this whole like movie announcement, unless we get clarification like, oh, only 10% of this movie was made in Dreams or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Did they confirm it was like fully made with the engine? I don't know, but let's try. I'm not gonna scare anyone with that.
I'm
But
not I'm not sure, to be honest, if it's the whole thing made in Dreams or maybe just like a section of it, but
What
I
a Winter's
the mm,
a Winter's Journey? It's basically, from what I understand, it's going to be live action, uh, live action characters with uh characters that are completely made in Dreams and painted, and then the setting, like the entire world itself, is going to be Dreams rendered.
wow.
That's what I got uh from the articles, the many multiple articles that I read about it. I think the best one was I think it was the Polygon article that went the most into detail out of all the ones that I read, whereas everyone else was kind of just giving the tweet report,
Mm.
like just the basics. Um but I wanted to address this in chat. Crush Comb, who is a first time chat viewer, welcome, said, where would you start? And as far as like, what's the first thing you would do to put Dreams more on the map? To which I said, for starters, a full marketing push. Like
Yeah.
the closest thing,
Campaign.
yeah, the closest thing Dreams has had to a marketing push was when they showed they were making it at E3, like 3-4 years before it came out. And everybody was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, that looks amazing! What? Whoa!" And then it just dropped. Like the game just came out, and there
Because I was
was
like, okay, we're done. We'll just
yeah,
soft release. It's okay.
uh, article. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick for you. But that's what I would say for starters. But I also would say the here we go. I got you a link. There you go. And yeah. So I mean that's where I would say for starters. It's just they need to have a marketing push. Once they have a marketing push, which could coincide really heavy with this announcement, then I would say, like Jay says, you start putting out more of the background material, like the people building this stuff, creating the environment, sharing that with not just the Dreams community, but with the internet as a whole. Get some actual interviews. Like one, I would say hidden IGN right in their lips because I just y'all know it's a war now. But
Yeah, we
it's a
know.
war now for me. Like, get some interviews when the movie's about to drop once they show what's possible because there's going to be some heavy hitters and I don't mean industry heavy hitters. I mean Dreamiverse hitters. Like people that we know that are could be put in the forefront right now. And you get that and then you come up with a really nice, how would you put it? You branded to the you first of all you definitely attack the children. Okay, I know the way that sounds, but you definitely get it in there as, hey, like this can produce Hollywood stuff. Wouldn't it be cool if your child learned an extent of artistic expression and was able to do just something. But I would rather my child, if I had a child, I would rather that child be on Dreams than Fortnite.
I mean, look.
That's one for me. So you attack the children. You attack the children. Then you attack the professionals. And the hardest part you're gonna have to deal with going after the professionals and establishing Dreams as a engine, even though it shouldn't because it's being used for a movie, not to mention it was beforehand. If you've been here every week, we constantly talk about it. But you are gonna have to contend with those people that are just going to refuse to pay attention to something that's on a game console. And that's when, as MM, you hire me to go talk to these people. No, I'm just playing. You should. They
You
shouldn't
just
do
show
that.
up at their
I'm
door,
too.
like,
I'm too. No,
like,
I'm
knock,
too
knock.
real. I'm too real to be put in that position. Like I would
Look,
have to be
I mean,
able to, just speaking for myself, like I do on here every week. But that's all that would.
when you,
That's all that
like,
would be needed.
but like when you think about it, like Dreams as a product for like a marketing team is just a gold mine. Because look at the amount of campaigns like that you could do. You could do a full campaign for music, a full campaign for art, a full campaign for making games, a full campaign for making films. There are so many campaigns that you could build from a marketing perspective for this product because it does so much. And it's so sad to see that the users are the ones marketing Dreams more than the people behind it. I mean, look at that post. I can't remember the guy's name, but the guy that's making that Jurassic Park
Yes.
game in Dreams. I mean, he posted a picture of the T-Rex, and that got like over 10,000 likes. It was retweeted by Jeff Keighley saying how amazing Dreams is. Like, this dude alone with just one picture has done way more marketing for Dreams than Sony ever has. And it's just such a shame to see that the individual users are doing more for Dreams than Sony. But I mean, obviously that's subject to change. We don't know Sony's plan, but Dreams is a gold mine for a marketer because you could just do so much with it. so
Yeah.
much. I would love to be in a room with them and just bang their heads together.
I mean, I just remember the old school, like, because Sony, we talk about the marketing a lot, but there was a time where they were gurus. Like, I mean, I still remember the you are not ready. The for the first PlayStation, that thing was throwing people for loops. It was almost like the build up for the Matrix, where it was just like people are like, "What does it mean?" Because it was
Yeah.
you are not, and then like a red E, and people are like, "What is that? What are they hinting at?" And it's like that created that viral thing to go. Like,
Mm.
Sony hasn't always,
Oh
had
no,
this, yeah,
they used to have an A game, but now
just
they're not. All they care about marketing is the things that they know are going to earn them the most money. I mean, look how much, and don't get me wrong, super excited to play it, but look how much marketing like this new Horizon Forbidden West game has got. You know, they've done the whole podcast thing. They're doing all these individual tweets for it. You just haven't stopped hearing about it for the last 2 weeks because we're coming up to the launch of a massive game that's going to earn them a big load of money. So when it comes to that, I mean, they have got the tools there to do the marketing for it, and clearly we've seen they can. When Spider-Man came out, Jesus, that was posted all over buses, and there was holograms on walls and skyscrapers. They went all out when that came out because they knew how much money it would make them.
yeah. I
With
still
Dreams,
remember.
obviously, that it's not the case, so
I
they don't give it as much time.
I still remember with Final Fantasy VII, like when it first came out and they were showing that thing in movie theaters,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in the trailers before films. Like, I mean,
Because it was the best sell. They know it's going to be the best selling Final Fantasy game because people's been asking for it for 10, 15 years. They things that they know that are guaranteed money. They're like, right, you get all of the marketing you need. With Dreams, it obviously it's not there because I think for me personally, I think they know they've got a lot of groundwork that they need to do to get Dreams to that point where they're like, okay, now we know it can make a lot of money, so now we'll give it a big push.
yeah. And while I was looking at this Polygon article, I noticed this other article that was put out during the beta, where this Dreams user, David Ferguson, who apparently used to work on Adventure Time, is like brought out the a children's show, like puppet show in Dreams called "Have a Laugh with the Funny Giraffes." Some of the videos are now removed regarding that project, not in Dreams, but like on YouTube, which makes me think it's leading to something else. But I didn't hear anything about it during the beta, of course. But
No,
yeah, like this dude worked on Adventure Time, and
that's
then
crazy.
put
Like,
out a kids show in Dreams.
why am
Why?
I only hearing about this now? Like, this is the thing. Like, why is this not getting covered? Person that worked on Adventure Time making a new show in Dreams. Like, why is that not a thing? Like, I don't get it because people don't know what Dreams is. That's the problem.
Yeah. So I mean, hopefully to get back to the positive of this situation and these new developments with A Winter's Tale, this is a chance now to really
Definitely
turn
a
it up.
start.
Like,
Mm.
once I'll give him a little more time. The announcement was good enough for me. Right now, the announcement was good enough. But then you're gonna have to switch over to Big Daddy Corpo Jamie, and he's right. We need to see the behind the scenes. We need to see the people working within Dreams. We need to see how they're structuring it, the act of filmmaking within it, because at the end of the day, like this solidifies it as a professional tool.
Yeah, that's it.
Even
Nail in the coffin.
even though it's been solidified already for anyone who knew,
Yeah, but
like,
exteriorly, like for
yes,
people outside, like, this is it. It is now professional.
yeah, outside the Dreams bubble, this is it. This is where you can hit people hard. And I mean, just the little, just the well, not the little, but just the images I've seen so far,
Yeah, I mean,
it
superb.
it looks fantastic.
Mm.
I,
So yeah,
honestly, I thought Jamie was gonna come in and be like, they should have chosen someone from the Dreamiverse, but I
well, they should. I mean, like that's what they should have done with the Ghostbusters thing that they did.
in
Like,
time,
that
in
Yeah,
time.
I know, but it was so disappointing. Like, so many people worked on that, and then, like, they showed it for like 3 seconds. Like, come on, you
Hey,
did this.
hey,
It was like you've got these celebrities down,
Jimmy,
like, just.
Jimmy,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
we've gone over that. We all know
I
how we
know.
all feel
I know. I
regarding it.
know. Yeah.
But I'm saying right now, we try to keep it positive. We
Yes.
just keep it
Yes. It's a good
positive
thing.
because these are
Let's see
good
where it
things.
goes.
Yes.
If they drop the ball, I will make sure everybody knows about it.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure you're just gonna go live. I'm not even gonna be here. It's just
Yeah.
I need to
I'm just
talk
going
to
to be
y'all.
like, ah!
Payoff came in. Char, did you want to
Uh,
jump in here?
I was, I was
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
add.
sorry. We
Well,
kind of just left you there for a little bit. I
I
apologize.
know. I don't know. I guess to kind of bring it on a positive note for the whole like what Sony's plan for Dreams is. It's like I I agree. I agree as much as Jeremy does. Like they should have done a lot more work to advertise Dreams at the start, but um, I think I can see where their plan is headed to. They're kind of taking the slow route, as in like because honestly, they're not a big game studio. Let's be honest, so it's like it's gonna take time for them to obviously get a lot of like things done that are gonna make people feel like more like, oh, this has everything, like we should try it out now. It's like I think Sony is kind of waiting for that more uh and like and they're definitely like starting something with it, after the confirm of that they're utilizing Dreams to make a film.
Mm.
But I think you see like AAA games get more like um, you see them get more sponsorship because Sony knows it's going to be like more of a hit or something. It's going to be immediately a hit because it has everything there about near the time of its release date. Um, and once I think once Dreams hits its point, once it's like most likely, I think when they re they re-release Dreams as the PS5 edition, and they include multiplayer at the same time because I think they should release the PS5 edition and multiplayer at the same time because one's gonna attract the other, or if they're gonna release PlayStation 5 version, they need to place the multiplayer because some people might look at it and go, "Well, this doesn't have multiplayer. How am I gonna continue playing this game?" or something, some crap like that. But I think when it gets to that time, they're gonna definitely push it more, and they're definitely gonna push it more as they steadily start to get all the workings done that makes Dreams bigger than it is already. You know, when they
Okay.
implement those features. So,
Well, Payoff Wizard came in and said, if you want Dreams to be considered as a professional tool, then I don't think you can compare the marketing to that of a game. I mean, you don't see ads for Blender on the sides of buses. The best advertising for Dreams as a tool is an impressive body of work. To which I would say, you can compare it to a game because it's only allowed or its only access is a gaming console. That's what I would say. I definitely see your point, and
I
and yeah, that's definitely true. But at the same time, it is available on a gaming console, and you have to. I mean, you're right. The best advertising is a impressive body of work. I would argue it has an impressive body of work already. Like, not it depends on what your. I guess it depends on what your idea of impressive is, because there are people that, yeah, not everybody's like has the style of a Martin Navalong, which blows everyone away, like just from the offset looks. But you'll find many things that, in my opinion, are along the quality of, say, Super Meat Boy, or on the other spectrum, as you would from Martin Nebelong, as you would put Adventure Time, where it's just I feel like, and I've always said this, like, and I've said this with your work in mind, to, because Payoff with it, as I always throw nothing but praise every time Payoff shows up in chat. Like, to me, your work has more quality than I would say 70% of Steam.
That's fair.
And that's good enough. But you need people to know that that quality is achievable. And the only way they can know that that quality is achievable on your platform is if they know your platform exists. So you do, or you can market it like a game and not like Blender, because I mean, honestly, Blender has other things going for it. You don't see commercials for it, but it's a well-known PC program that people can do. Wait. Oh, Insane Alpha Beta said correction, 85% of Steam. So yeah, I was trying to not be that, but that's just it. It's like, go ahead.
Yeah, I see your point, and I would add to that by saying, like, you can definitely market it as a tool, even though it is like Blender in a sense that it's a creation tool. But Dreams is so much more than that. It's a place where you can play all these creations as well. It's not just a tool to create things. It's a place where you can play things. And you can use that to your advantage in marketing, like, play the game, create the game, do slogans like that. And you can pick certain creations that's been developed on Dreams, really market them so people are interested in the IP that's been developed, and then you could do the whole twisteroo of it's made in Dreams, and you can make something like this. It's available to everyone on PlayStation. There is tons of ways that you can market it because it's not just a tool. It's so much more than that.
Yeah, whenever and this isn't directed at Payoff, because I don't think this is the angle he was coming from. And like I said, he has a very valid point. But whenever someone talks about the marketing of Dreams and how difficult it is, all I hear personally is, and this is the difficulty of marketing, not of marketing itself. You're literally telling me that you can't market YouTube, Netflix, and Game Pass. And we know that's not true. like that's all I hear whenever someone brings up the difficulty of marketing Dreams. It's like, guys, like it's you can literally market any piece of it. Any piece of it. Like, there should be a line of marketing that literally goes, hey, like, and once again, before I continue, let me say, I do think all of this is coming. And I think that when we get the huge change that comes in Dreams, because one of the things I think would be considered professional is the money. Like, that's why I say this thing with the movie is so big, because it is going to come down to, like, and don't take this the wrong way, please. If anybody from MM is listening to me, don't do this. Don't just hear me out.
Okay.
As I brought up last week, speaking with someone that cannot be named currently, they were telling me that they think Dreams is in an amazing spot because Dreams has the ability to be more than Roblox and not make the same mistakes as Roblox. And I think that in itself, when you really sit back and think about what that means, that's insane money. That is insane money. So I don't know. I'm just saying, like, with that in mind, because I keep coming back to it ever since they said it to me. And I'm just like, what is professional? Like, let's really break it down. What is professional? Because if professional just means money, just means that you can make a profit.
That's the definition.
then I mean, if once they get the monetization, the
That's it.
multiplayer, well, once they get the
Dreams grow.
monetization, it's done. But the multiplayer
Yeah.
and eventually, the proposed Blender like setup that I talk about, where you just get a program that is Dreams on the PC, um, like I think that's when it's gonna truly hit the mainstream. But we've talked about that ad nauseum, so we can move on. Char, did you have anything to add on that?
Well, I don't want to make this debate about exporting, but
Yeah, we've had that so
I
many times.
I think I don't know. When they announced they were making the film utilizing dreams, it's like why would they not utilize like using dreams within like the capabilities of a PC and like exporting it or stuff like that, you know? So I think as they're making the movie, they're probably also within that time they're making like PC of dreams and exporting and stuff like that. I I'm assuming they are because that probably be the most beneficial help for them for this movie. So we that doesn't confirm PC or exporting. It doesn't, but it might lead to a likely uh, possibility that those features will be implemented um, than we knew already.
Yeah,
Mm.
sooner and that things that we do know may be implemented sooner than later. If it kicks into high gear, that it's just like, hey, we're growing. It needs to grow now. And so you never know. But I wanted to address Topaz Mackie, which is just such a pimp name. I love it. I love it. Like it immediately brings to mind like kissing a ring, like Topaz Mackie. But anyway, he's not a huge point of advertising to more creators when they don't have enough players for the creators that are out there. I'm not out here as a creator. I'm not out here for the players. That's just personally for me. I understand the sentiment, but that's just it. Advertising to more creators, you can advertise to players. And they're not
At the
doing that.
same time, yeah.
And they're not doing, like, for the most part, they're not doing that either. That's more so when we talk about like getting it out to. I don't think everybody and their mom wants to make a game or make a movie or come up with some idea that they want. Some people just want to play. I mean, we could get into the whole recent thing from Ubisoft, or was it Ubisoft, where the dude came out talking about players just don't understand. You can make money off of this. It's like not everybody wants to make money, bro. Some people just want to play a game. That's where you get the players.
Yeah,
You
you
have to.
just do a campaign for play. Like I said earlier, there's so many campaigns that they could do with Dreams. One for players, one for creators, and then you do all the subcategories of creation, like all the things you can make with music, film, games, and then again subcategories for the players, things you can watch, things that you can listen to, things that you can play. There's just so many categories of marketing and campaigns that you could do for this over the span of 12 months and just do them at the right time that fits the right player base, that fits the right type of people that you need to market to. It's totally doable. It's completely not unquestionable. It's just the way that you do it.
And
Uh,
Topaz, well, go ahead, Charco.
so to add to that, it's like you remember the Dream Shaping update where they released like a template for how a game mechanic works.
Mm.
Uh,
Yeah.
I can't wait till they release like hundreds of those because they'll definitely be very helpful for like
Yeah, they were super
people
useful.
just to, Mhm.
Yeah. They
and
started the 2D project.
Mm. And
and
they just sorry, yeah, go on.
that's okay, but and I think it'd be also useful for like if like release um like an app for Dreams or like a version of Dreams that's like exclusively just to watch like videos or musics or showcase like slide throughs,
Mm.
something
I-
like that.
We We've talked about that, but I'm also
Yeah.
working with someone on building a logic app for
Oh,
dreams
cool.
to teach
For
people.
like
So
for like logic, like to just toy around with the
yeah,
different logic in there.
to be able to basically build logic and mess around with logic outside of dreams, but in the rules of dreams, and then hopefully speak with Media Molecule regarding um, integrating it so that you'd be able to kind of import your logic the same way you do with audio. Of course, it'd be
Yeah,
different because it's a different type of data, but like to be able to basically import your logic files, like your setups from this app into the
wow.
actual
Yeah.
game. So that's something. Um, but
But yeah, I mean, template wise, yeah, I totally agree with you. The templates that they added were fantastic. Much different than the original, like, tutorials and stuff that was added into Dreams. I found these new templates with just the text and showing you what to do was much more simplistic, a lot easier to follow. And recently they did another survey from the message of the day. And on there they was asking, like, how did you find these new templates and the tutorials within them, and what type of genres of gaming would you like to see next added to templates and tutorials? So I think they're definitely going to be increasing those with more, which will be really, really good to see.
so I want to try to keep going with this, but Topaz said, I see your point. I just don't want to see creators leave because they aren't getting the attention they deserve. Okay, let me address this. I know I'm not right. Okay, I'm gonna start it like that just so I can keep the hatred down. Okay, I'm not saying I'm right, but to me, you have the choice as a creator to move on to whatever you feel is going to make you, I guess, money or get you the notoriety that you want. But I have this thing in me that says if someone's working in dreams, they understand like all the facets of it. They're in dreams for a reason, or they wouldn't be in dreams. They'd be working in Unreal or Blender, or if they love the workflow, you got to have patience. Like, there are ways to get your stuff out here. Like, I mean, hell, I know not everybody's working on something as beloved as Avatar, but like, like you have dreamers that have thousands of followers on YouTube getting their work out. And it's just like, I get it, but at the same time, I'm like, if you leave dreams because you're not getting the attention you deserve, I feel like there's something in there. Like there's something in there that just doesn't, in that statement, that just
Mm.
doesn't sit right with me. Because it's like, yeah, they're asking that people have patience. Yeah, they know that there's growing pains. People are going to have things to say. Hell, even we have things to say all the time, which is why some people don't like us because they say we're just negative. When
We're just realistic.
yeah, I just like to point out things. I like to analytically think about things. But if you're working in dreams and you love the way it works, you know that they're working on getting certain things ironed out, getting certain things implemented. If you choose to go somewhere else, there's no problem with that. There's like, go to Blender, go to wherever you feel you can get your shine. But if not, if dreams is for others like it is for me, which is I have no chance in hell of using Unreal Engine or using Blender or hell, Maya, any of them, Unity. Like, it's just that stuff does not speak to me in a way that allows me to create effortlessly. Even if I do need to learn a little something, it's way more streamlined. It's, as I always say, Dreams is a creation tool made by artists for artists. Whereas the reason it's so hard to do all that stuff in all these other programs is because it's made by goddamn mathematicians. And it's not intuitive to how creatives work. Like, now, I'm not saying creatives can't learn to use it, but I'm saying there's a huge reason that a lot of people have gone to Dreams and even people who work in between both of these things, all of these programs are like, God, I hate going to this other stuff to work. I wish I could just do this in Dreams. And it's because of those people that I would say Dreams is already all it needs to be. Yeah. Can it improve? Oh, yeah. I mean, there's not a program out there that doesn't get updated. But yeah, it's something about it. It's just like,
Yeah,
I get you. I get that you want attention, and I get that you do a lot of hard work, and y'all do amazing work. If y'all haven't noticed, I've been trying to retweet almost everything I come across because of being on Twitter and seeing what people create in Dreams blows my mind daily. Usually every hour. Like every hour of every day, doing amazing stuff. Yeah, we want a venue to export. We want monetization. We want all this stuff. And I mean, I don't know how many times that they can say, like, we're working on it. But,
yeah.
but they're working on it. So, I mean,
But
that's
I mean,
just
I
my
think
stance. I get it. Players will come, especially if they implement all the marketing that they should do. And then you'll get the attention that I guess some people, maybe it's the word deserve. But it's not that I don't agree that they deserve the attention, but it's not easy to get attention on anything.
yeah, it's not just Dreams. Like
I
anywhere.
mean, it's not just Dreams. Anywhere. Like there are tons of people who make hundreds of short films within Blender and all these other things and are never seen. It's not like if you go to these other things, all of a sudden you get attention. They still put out their work the same way people in Dreams do. If it's not through a company, they do it online through Twitter. Like, I don't know. I know payoff just came for me probably because I just saw a paragraph.
There's
just
a huge paragraph. Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead, James. I'm gonna try to catch up on chat.
I completely agree with you. Like, from the get-go, you know what Dreams is. You know you can't export your game, so don't expect to be able to do stuff like that. And as far as attention is deserved, like, yeah, I completely agree that a lot of the stuff that's made in Dreams deserves way more attention than it's got, and that is due to being that the player base is much smaller than the creation base. But again, that's what Dreams is initially for in the beginning, is you need the creators in order to build stuff for the players. So I think that right now it's just that Dreams is in an awkward spot where it's still in its early stages where the creators are more important, unfortunately, than the players right now, because we need to build everything up so there's going to be plenty of content for the players. And I think that's just basically why stuff isn't liked as much on Dreams, is because people aren't playing as much. It's all about creating right now. But that will inevitably change. Once Dreams gets its marketing push and they start to push to the players, all of that will change. But as far as, creators dropping out of Dreams because they can't do what they want to do, yeah, I mean, you know what Dreams is from the get-go. If that's not for you, then you're more than welcome to try anything else. It's free choice.
But also,
Char.
I'd like to add, I don't see this community like that different from other communities out there that started out small, like say the storytime animation community. Like that started out as a niche. It was very, very small back in like 2017, I think 2016 maybe. And after like 2 or 3 years, like it got people within that community got like millions views out of it. Got a large audience because their stuff was good. It wasn't getting like the audience or attention like yet. And that's I don't see that different
Yeah.
from Dreams. Oh, uh,
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, we've talked about it before. It's like
Mm.
the time will come, even if they change nothing about Dreams from this day forward. As people always like to say on Reddit and everywhere else in anyone's comment section, whenever Dreams is dead. All these people. Okay, well, I mean, I've pointed out many times before. how many other games like literally went under the radar for years and then all of a sudden became like the biggest games that we have right now. So you can't take what's happening now to mean what you will achieve or what light will be shown on you in the future. You might not have views now, but you will have views. Keep working. And this goes into how this message Payoff sent, which once again, thank you everybody for being so active in
so
chat.
chatty.
I love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
I do. It's great.
So, and this is why I always say and implement. When I say I'm not right, I'm just the guy with the microphone, and I'm going to put up my thoughts as well. So, Payoff said, after looking at the amount of hours some dreamers have spent on dreams last year, yearly wrap-up post on Twitter, then a lot of people are basically working a second job, and it's totally understandable that people would like a little something back from the amount of time they put in. Absolutely. Absolutely. It is completely right for someone to say that. But you
I knew it was coming.
you also have to look at the fact that Dreams wasn't monetized when you bought it.
Yeah.
Nor did they say at the time that it was going to be monetized eventually. Therefore, the amount of hours people have put in, which are some crazy hours, amazing hours. I'm trying to get like them in by the time the next year's wrap up is. That's why y'all are seeing me just up my numbers, up my post, up everything. But you can't hold something accountable for you loving it. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like,
I know it sounds harsh, but it's just like,
Like-
no one made you sit there for 1,200 hours on dreams.
That's low compared to what I've been seeing.
I know. I'm just trying to keep it like a base. Like no one has forced you to sit there for 1,200 hours playing dreams. Like you've clearly did that because you love it. I don't care what anybody says. No one is going to sit for 1,200 hours on something and not love it. So that's it. You do it because you love it. I mean, don't get me wrong, gratification for what you've created, yeah, absolutely. But I know it sounds harsh, but it's not what you're entitled to. You're not entitled to all of this. I want all this likes and I want all this love and I want people to retweet my stuff, and you do it because you love it. I mean, if you get that, great. And some stuff totally warranted for it. But initially it should be because you love to do it, because you just love to do it. You create for creation's sake, or you play for playing's sake. All of the analytics and the numbers shouldn't come into that. It's just creating for creating's sake. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Because I feel like and I know using the word entitlement, it just immediately puts a stank on everything. But it really comes down to we know that they're working on it. That's why I keep I mean, they're working on trying to do this in a way that won't hurt their community or create hangups like the Unreal Marketplace and all these other things, or be the next Roblox that's going to be out here getting. Yeah, they don't need that press.
And that's ultimately what it comes down to, isn't it? I mean, that's the bottom line. Is it's such a fine line of this becoming a thing and completely ruining it. It is such a fine line. And so for me, knowing what the other communities are like, how Unreal is, and the marketplaces on there, how they're just flooded with stuff, and how Roblox is, and we know how easily it can be destroyed and ruined and turned into this horrible, horrible thing. So for me personally, it's like, look, you take all the time you need to get this right, because in my opinion, you have one shot. Once you've done it, you've done it. So get it right the first time, because otherwise it could literally destroy everything that you've built.
Payoff is coming in with these Joker quotes. If you're good at something, you shouldn't be doing it for free. So why would anyone? Because people do a lot of things that they enjoy. That's just it. I'd love to have something as flashy to say back, but it's as simple as that. Like I talked about the other week. What about my friend who played 2 million games of Gears of War? Gears of War 2. Played 2 million games of Gears of War 2, and he never went pro, nor did he ever want to. He just wanted to come home, jump on his console, have fun doing something that he enjoyed, and be done. So I get, like, believe me, there's nothing that would make me happier than for me to be able to get enough funding to make a, to make a product in Dreams that I could literally walk up to everyone that I wanted involved and be like, bam, there's the cash, let's get it done. I would I want to do it. Okay? But that's just it. If you can't monetize directly from Dreams, that doesn't mean that you can't monetize with Dreams. Like, there are ways you can do things. Like, there are people making money on Dreams. They just
Yeah.
had to go another step to make it happen, which is the same thing, which is the same steps you're going to need, even if they start monetizing within Dreams. You're going to have to learn the marketing. Go talk to Elka. Go talk to Elka. From speaking with him, and also from what I hear from other people, that man knows things. So, I mean, you're still going to need those things. It's just, I want everyone to get paid, okay? But I also think that it's premature for some people to be as adamant and damning about the tool right now, because of it. That's pretty much where I'm going. Like, I don't disagree with anything Payoff Wizards
No,
is saying. I
neither
don't
do I.
Yeah, I don't disagree
But
even with what with Alpha Beta, OLED, or Topaz are saying. They're all the points. That's why we have this show, to talk about those points. It's like, but at the same time, when it comes down to it, Dreams is 2 years old, getting up there a little bit. 2 years old, and it's never been done. Everything about Dreams is new territory when it comes
Yep.
to Dreams and when it comes to console. And so this is Payoff. I'm loving it, dude. Don't
Oh,
yeah,
no,
yeah, yeah.
no.
Yeah.
You just continue, because this is what we love it. We love all the
Yeah.
conversation starters that come from chat. So
Like, this is what I'm gonna tell you. If you want to come on, if anybody, not just Payoff, anybody wants to come on the show and they really want to have some hot takes, I
yeah,
love
love it.
it. Love it. Love it. I don't care if your take is Dreams is dog shit. Like, I don't care what your take is.
No,
I
I would
want to
love to
talk
hear
about
their reasons why. Like,
Yeah.
why do you think it's dog shit? Like, I love it.
Yeah. And so, like, don't no one ever think that you're getting under anyone's skin, or that as I told you, people accuse us of being negative. Like, when we're just
Yeah,
trying to
they
be
do.
analytical.
They do.
So,
I'd
yeah, go
also
ahead.
like to clarify.
Why are you so
I
calm?
don't.
I know. Me and Will is just like, yeah, we're getting into this conversation, and we're really going out, we're ping ponging, and Chad's just like, I'd like to say something. You're so chill, guy. You're so chill.
Uh, I'd like to clarify. Uh, no, I don't think nobody is saying like making stuff in Dreams like isn't work. Like, we all agree it's work. It's definitely like, especially a lot of work just to create art in general. But the difference is we still do it out of like basically passion. It's not like we still try our best to do this in our spare time because we like doing it. We like to make stuff. We like to get our ideas out there. We do it from the enjoyment of it, and that's why we hope that it gets us like a full job at most. But but we're still on Dreams just because of for the fun of it, for the love of what we get for the love of what we spend our time to, basically. Um, and yeah, I kind of want to segue into community, uh, into talking about the community of dreams. Uh,
Okay, give me 1 second just because I want to answer Payoff's last comment. He said, but if he could get paid for playing something slightly different but basically the same, why would he stay? Because he already has a job and he liked it. He went to school for it. And therefore he was like, I have this that I do during the day, which I really enjoy and that I'm passionate about. And then I have this that I do to relax and whatever. And Payoff says he's just playing devil's advocate, which normally that would evoke a speech from me, but you've earned it. I
And you
hate
need to come
devil's
on.
advocate.
You need to come on the show.
Yeah,
You need to come on the show.
when was the last time I asked you, Payoff? I think it was like a year ago, a year and a half
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah,
It's time to
Payoff is
shine.
indeed. Yeah. So, but anytime you want, anytime. But now, Char, go ahead
I
and go into the
also,
community.
well, before I go into that, I'd like to just say, not gonna lie, I think I think there's probably a big difference between Dreams and another engine like Blender or Unity. Because like one I could probably like use and be decent at, and the other I am complete dog shit. That's the difference. I don't know. So I understand the struggle in that regard. But to segue into community, I think once Dreams does get its monetization and its popularity, it's gonna be harder to find the people who are gonna be realists or the realists who are basically there for also for the passion. They're gonna be real with you and not deceiving, greedy people. And I think that's why it's good to have the years or the time period where you have a community that's here that isn't really here for the money. They're here regardless of the money, regardless of like there being no opportunities for money right now. And my just heard something.
I'm sorry. Did y'all hear that dog a moment ago? I don't know if it was loud enough for
No.
y'all to hear, but it sounded like
Oh, that was
yeah.
probably my sister's dog. I don't know.
Oh no, it's over here. It's on my end. I have a hound of the Baskervilles out here outside my window, apparently. So anyway, yeah, I do think that's important because we can't. I when I first heard of dreams and like the rumblings in the back of conferences about it, and then when they finally showed it to people, no part of me wanting to use dreams was money. Like, and I know that might just be weird for me, but it was none of it was about money. It was I think that that's a tool that I can use to create something with the no contacts I have. Like, if I want to tell a story, then I can tell a story using this. Whereas I've tried all these other things and they didn't work for me because they're just not intuitive. They don't make sense. Like I spent I had a knee injury back before Dreams came out. And I had this really bad knee injury. I was in bed for basically like 2 months. And like hobbling hard, guys. I'm talking about like severe pain. And during that time, laying in bed, I was like, you know what? I'm going to learn Blender. I can't go anywhere. Might as well just watch some, tutorials, and hopefully when I can get to my computer, like I'll be able to see if I can work it. And I learned a lot in that time, in those 2 months. But even still, getting to Blender wonder, with all these like months of knowledge and becoming familiar, I was able to create something. And people told me that what I created, they were like, "Whoa, that's your first sculpt?" I'm like, maybe, but it was flawed as hell. Like, it was flawed just in the way it was constructed. That even though it looked impressive, it was not functional. I created my first sculpt within Dreams in the first hour, and it was functional. That alone, like, that's what I thought I would get when I heard about Dreams years ago. And while I may be a perfectionist, so y'all don't get to see all the things I'm doing, because I'm like, it's not ready, not until it blows their minds. You know, you may not see 80% of what I'm working on, but I'm doing it completely out of the need to create. There may come a time for me where, yeah, maybe it is just, okay, I've created this. I think I can make money off of it. But that's not even really in my mind yet. And
Yeah,
so,
you see, and I think that is like the audience that they're trying to push Dreams to at the minute is people that just want to create for creation's sake, and then, you know, if monetization comes in the future, it's a bonus. You know, obviously you will hit that market of people that will come to Dreams specifically because now it does have monetization, but Dreams as a whole at the minute is targeted towards the people that are just creatives that just want to make stuff and make it in an accessible way.
yeah.
I think like will, like, if they ever want to work with people within Dreams, uh, they they might have a better idea of who to go to, you know, first, and not like risk like going to like the people who are starting out kind of like greedy, with a greedy nature. You know, they know us, they know their communities like a lot more, uh, and you know they're gonna go to the right people. So that's a plus. Yeah.
I'm
It's
sorry.
so chill.
I'm just
So
so
chill. You're
like
just so chill.
like
Just,
cooler than a polar bear sipping a
like,
milkshake in a snowstorm. Like, what the
I've got to ask, like, what actually gets you like really excited? Like, do you ever get like any higher excitement than the level you're currently at? Like, just out of pure interest. You were so
I don't know.
chill.
I don't know. I was excited to be in this podcast. I don't know. I am excited to be in the podcast. It's like, uh,
I believe you. It's just so
yeah,
weird. Like,
Your
it's just
face.
like,
Like,
yeah,
tell it
like
to your face.
we'll be talking and going in about stuff, and you're like, yeah. So I'd like to just really talk about it. It's like, Jesus
I don't know. I'm just
Christ.
worried about using my words. Like,
Oh,
am I confident in what I'm saying? Uh,
yeah.
no,
Yeah, you do you,
I
man. You
guess
do
I guess
you.
to just repress emotions. I guess
Oh God.
there's a lot of
Yeah, getting real deep now. Insane Alpha Beta said Char ASMR win. There you go. There's your monetization right there. Just
Yeah,
go
right
ahead.
there.
It's all gonna be okay. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Let's.
I'll just start doing the ASMR videos, and then at the end it's like, oh, shout out to Dreams, and that's how it gets this big audience.
Hey, I mean, crazier things. Crazier
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
I've been thinking about starting another Twitch channel, actually. But
Really?
we'll
What would it be
we'll
focused on?
we'll we'll talk about
Please
that
tell me
later.
it. Please
Oh,
tell me
really?
it's you focusing on. No, it's like just you like working on anything that makes you angry, and you're just whispering like,
Conjuring all the
uh,
demons. No, people. I mean, you'd think, but people don't. People don't really enjoy. Um, I would say unless you have an audience that you brought from somewhere else, people don't seem to really enjoy just like analytical thinking on Twitch. Like, it's just
It's too heavy. It's
yeah,
too
it's like
heavy
when
to
you
Twitch.
because like when my other podcasts have been based around just thinking, just thoughts and like, going over topics that can be pretty heavy, and it's just kind of like that's kind of not what Twitch is for.
No,
But
that's podcast material.
but my other idea I'll be talking about soon, because it's gonna be purely an experiment. I want to try something, and so
Okay.
we'll see. Look, the hot tub stream. Let me put it like this. I might be about to move.
Oh.
Through some very unfortunate happenstances, but if it happens, there could be the possibility that I might have a hot tub. Now, if y'all want to see these pixelated man boobs, I'll set up a situation by which you can achieve your goal, and we'll have the hot tub podcast where it's the main hot tub dreams.
What is going on?
If it happens, I'm just saying, there's the
Okay,
possibility
alright.
that this could be.
Alright.
It could be possible. Thank you. The pixelated man boobs. As for those that don't know, that actually was my old Twitch name, pixelated man boobs.
That was your Twitch name,
Yeah.
Pixelated Man Boobs.
Yeah, and because I
Wow.
made it because
Okay.
my friend's name was Pixelated Boobs. And she was really into Twitch, so she wanted to continue playing. And I was like, fine, then I'll
Right,
be
okay.
pixelated man boobs. Anyway, the point
Yeah, yeah.
is, OnlyFans. No, I talked
No.
about the OnlyFans. There's an old video on my YouTube. Not too old, but it's an old video on my YouTube talking about people who would ask me if I would create an OnlyFans. It's like a minute long. Check it out if you want my answer on that one. But so yeah. Hot tub, possibly, but we'll have to see how the next couple months stream out. But y'all are gonna have to jump through some hoops. Y'all don't get these Terry folds for free, okay? That's all I'm gonna say about that. That's all I'm gonna
Well,
say.
I guess I know what I'm adding to the podcast like scene.
A hot tub, yeah. Just
gonna be on
us
the
sitting in a hot tub. Yeah, welcome back, guys. Welcome back. So anyway, we've gone off the
We have, yeah.
off the cap, but I've enjoyed this episode.
It's been good.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
really liked it. People have brung up some really good topics and some good opinions, and I always love it when they do. So thanks to chat for being really, really chatty today.
Yeah. It's been
It's only
fantastic.
gonna get worse.
Oh no!
Once the audience increases, it's gonna get worse.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we do have to do something, but I don't know. Maybe one of these days, if the world ever returns semi to normal, maybe I'll go to.
When was it ever normal?
Never.
Never,
But people like to lie to themselves.
Our version of normal, at least, anyway.
Yeah. I desperately need to have some kind of Mighty Vicious and Hot Tub reference in my show. Lol. I mean, I'll take it, baby.
Go
I'll
wild.
Take it. Yeah.
Go wild.
Yeah. Because, let's be real, guys. I know you want to see the mahogany, the wet mahogany. That's good.
The wet mahogany.
The black beast. Anyway,
we need to end now before this gets rated R. Jesus
I do want to
Christ.
add just one more thing.
No. We're going back into dreams. I just wanted to throw. There's a lot of comments coming back. Maybe when the world goes back to normal, maybe who knows? Maybe I'll make my way to the UK and we can have a live show somewhere. Maybe we'll do that.
That'd be good. Yeah,
we'll see. So, Char, I know you're really excited right now, but calm down. Tell us what you want to. What our last topic is.
I guess the card game I was making. I haven't gave out the name yet through this entire stream. So basically, if you all heard of Cards Against Humanity, and I promise this game is not gonna be. This game is not trying to get demoderated or something. So it's kind of like an innocent kind of version of that, but still like as funny. It's still within teen rating, I swear. So it's like basically called Cards Against the Dreamverse. Uh, and that's a game I wanted to make for whenever multiplayer comes out, and you know, something for us like as a community to have fun and play around in. And I'm willing to take card suggestions. If you don't know how the game works, look it up. But after you look it up, you could just reply to me on a tweet or DM me on Twitter. Or just go to Twitter to comment. Just like a card, like a card, like what card you would like to be added onto the game, I guess.
All right.
Yeah, if you guys want to say your thoughts on my card game? Or no?
You're gonna give me a rundown, like give me a written rundown of how the game is, how it works, and everything, and maybe I'll come up with a
It,
card. But you should definitely put like cards that you've created to give people a feel. Post them all on
Yeah, give
Twitter,
them
and then
an
just
idea.
yeah, and just tag it and let them run from there. I'm sure many people, because apparently there is a huge group of the Dreams community that loves card games. I was unaware of this until a post. One post was from, Jamie, your post about the card game. And then someone else had a post where they had created a card or do something similar, and people came out of the woodwork. So, hey, not to mention, maybe Jamie's going to be the guy that breaks it through and or you and Char, but Char, you're doing yours in Dreams, right? You're not going to print yours out and be a cheat like Jamie.
yeah, maybe
Yeah,
I'll do
yeah.
both actually.
Hey, I'm saying that's how you do it, because this is where that thing payoff was. It said, comes into play when people see what can be done. That's how we as the community can get more people involved in Dreams and to bring viewers, creators, audience, players, everything into the fold. And I mean, I somebody posted on Twitter that they use Dreams. Their 100% of their portfolio was used or was Dreams and used to get them into basically an art school
I saw
recently.
that. Yeah. Mm. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy that a console and a piece of software on the console has basically give this person a chance to do this for a career and got him into college. Like, it's insane. Like the ability that this software has. And
And
this is just the tip of the iceberg of what can be done with it.
yeah, I mean, not to mention the fact that like I tell people all the time, I understand gaming, like games, making games within Dreams is it's hard to monetize right now. But if you're doing literally anything else, there's a path to monetization already. It's just whether or not you're spending time to figure out what that path is.
Yeah, there's
I
loads of
mean,
ways.
I mean that's it, it's there for people. I mean, just just keep your eyes open and think outside the box. Not too far outside the box, honestly. Something that's pretty simple if you have your things created. But other than that, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I just I posted it in the chat currently, but posted the link to the Polygon article talking about the dude who had worked on Adventure Time and made the children's puppet show in Dreams. It it's right there.
I'm gonna have to give it a read. I can't believe that has not come across my timeline before.
Yeah, I mean
It's insane.
and that is insane. So like I said, some of the videos that were there kind of went dark, so it makes me think something else is going on, maybe. But who knows? Who
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah.
No,
I mean, he's definitely got connections.
yeah,
So
if you work at
that's
Adventure
evident.
Time, that'll
Yeah,
do it.
you've definitely got. Yeah, that'll do it. So
You
who
got a
knows?
road, but
Yeah.
yeah. So all I can say is thank you to everybody that came through today. It was
Yeah,
a truly great episode. Char, thank you for being here, as chill as you are. As I said, man, you're cool, man. You cool as a breeze. Like I said, cooler than a polar
I
bear
don't,
sipping a milkshake in a snowstorm. My man is so cool over here.
I don't think I've seen anyone as chilled out as Cha. You are like the chillest dude I've ever seen.
Which is funny because I'm probably the most stressful person out there.
Yeah, but I bet you stress internally though. I bet it's super internal. Like no one even knows. He's like, I know he's just chilling over there, and inside everything's on fire.
In his mind, he's already stabbed everybody. there's just there's just a dog in the corner of the room that can sense the intent. Is
Yeah,
just
they can smell it.
oh man, it truly has been a great episode. It's been super
Yeah,
fun.
it's been fun.
Speaking of anime, before we go, we got an announcement. Well, an announcement, kinda. There are going to be 2 shows next week.
Mm.
One is going to be super early in the morning for me at 8:30 a.m. Okay, on
Oh,
Thursday, which is what, 1:30 your time, Jamie?
1:30 my time. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Like,
now, mind you, I'm up at like 5:30 every morning, so it's not going to be hard for me. But my wife is going to want to strangle me to death because she never wants to be out of the bed. But and if y'all didn't see, I did a stream with my wife a few days ago where we
Yeah.
talked about how she's abandoned
Obsessed
me.
with Two-Set.
But yeah, if you go back on my channel, there's a like an hour-long little talk I had with my wife. So anyway, next Thursday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time in the AM Eastern Standard Time. We're gonna be doing a show. We'll explain everything in the days to come, and then we'll be back.
On Friday, next day.
We're back on Friday for the next day to basically continue our mad rantings. And
That's putting it lightly.
our mad rantings when it comes to everything dreams. But next week it's
Who is it next week?
LOL Pokemans. So LOL Pokemans is going to be on here next week. And
Yes.
then that's February 4th. And then February 11th, we have none other than Insane Alpha Beta coming back.
Back
And so, yes,
again.
he'll be back. So, yeah, that's everything we have. I'm trying to get in contact. Trying to reach out in any way possible to speak with Sony or OIFI Films to see if we can get somebody who's from the production of A Winter's Tale to come on to the show to speak with us about stuff. Don't know if we'll be able to pull that, but I have a few other things, like I always tell y'all, I'm working on. So, yeah, we got some stuff coming up. Next week, Thursday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, right? Then Friday at the same... No, then Friday it'll be back at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Oh yeah, Friday's
but,
normal
yeah,
standard
it's
times.
normal. But Thursday is going to be, y'all are going to see me with a big old mug of coffee just staring into the screen. Welcome. Well, come on, looking like the friggin' crypt keeper. But man, if I could get John Malkovich on here, that would be fantastic.
Oh boy, wouldn't that be something?
That would be wild. But I don't lie to myself. It's like he's at that point where I don't expect him to show up anywhere. You just know when he's there. Like he's in the project, but other than that, that man's probably sitting in some castle-like structure with a glass of wine and like music playing. Like he's not here for us. We're just there for him. That's all there is to it. Thursday is a special episode, and y'all will figure out what I'm doing with that list of games that you've been putting into the Discord.
Yeah, they're going to be used.
If you haven't put a game into the family creations or whatever section in our Discord, if you have a little game, somebody tell Dorian to get his butt onto that list so he can put all of his games. Like, I'm trying to get y'all shine, okay? Everybody talking about everybody talking about how they ain't getting no attention. I'm trying to get you attention, okay? And you'll understand how on Thursday. So,
get
always,
them in there before Thursday.
As
if
always,
you have anything.
The Dreams Evangelist is out here singing the praises, trying to get the masses on board. Need your help. Smell my eyes. Get the game on the list. Okay? Get a game you enjoyed on the list. Just telling you. When it comes time, don't say I didn't try to do nothing for you. Okay? All right. That's all I'm just saying. I don't want to take that tone with y'all, but sometimes y'all don't listen. All right? So I'm trying to make you listen. Put your game on the list. All right. So
you've been told. You've been told.
Y'all been told. So now, final words, Jamie.
Just keep on going. Just keep on going.
Everything's
gonna just keep going. Like, just keep doing what you do. Just use dreams, love dreams. Don't worry about monetization. Don't worry about the money coming into it. Perfect your art. Get your things perfect. One day when it comes, boom, it'll be fine. Just keep on tripping.
Char, final words.
Yeah, it was really. No, I love to be here, and I'll probably be back again like really soon.
No doubt.
Yes. But yeah, I really love this community, and I really look forward to what it grows into, and just happy to be around all of you all. Anyway, we need to wrap up because I really need to use the restroom.
Oh God! Sir,
okay,
you went before the show. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ! Yo, anyway, so he got a little too excited. And now he has to get back to the bathroom, ladies and gentlemen. This is why he keeps it calm. So, ladies and gentlemen,
cut it off.
Yeah, thank you everyone once again for coming. We're gonna go to the outro, and I'm gonna send you all over. I think Vivson is on, so it's always good to watch him if you want to learn what to do with animating. So
yeah, I'm gonna go over there now.
Yeah. Later, everybody.
Bye.